Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 6 video, we're going to be going over all of the secret characters found in the Grand Theft Auto 6 second trailer and as a part of Rockstar's new updated website that you didn't know about. There are a ton of characters that were shown off that I think are going to be super important that haven't been given names, but we can identify them. So we'll be going over all of that in this video today. So let's begin with the characters that are confirmed with names so far. We have, of course, our two protagonists, Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval. We also know of 7 major side characters. That's Bay Lux, Booby Ike, Brian Heder, Cal Hampton, Jaquan Priest, Raul Batista, and Roxy. And we also know of 3 minor side characters. This is Lori Heder, Brian's wife, who was mentioned in the description for Brian. We also have Phil, whether that's Phil Cassidy's son or Phil himself of the ammunition store. And we also have Stephanie. Her last name starts with a G. She was seen in the first GTA 6 trailer, and we know that she's some sort of officer that works at the jail that Lucia was incarcerated at. So those are the characters with confirmed names. We also have a handful of characters that we saw their names in the GTA 6 leaks. Now, these are subject to change because they were in the leaks, but their characters, as we'll talk about in a little bit, might have actually remained. So in the Jack of Hearts leak scene, there's 3 character names that we saw: Billy, Sam, and Tit. In the leak showing the Starlit Motel, we saw Wyman and Chinese, and others mentioned in the official world event list were Chester, Danny, Iris, Linda, Vicky, and Zach, and others were Kai. Now, one of those characters that was shown in the Jack of Hearts club from the leaks, Tit, it looks like they might actually be visible in one of the Dre screenshots as the man working as a DJ. It's not confirmed, but since they were shown together in the leaked footage at the Jack of Hearts strip club, and you've got Jaquan Priest, who we know is going to be at the Jack of Hearts strip club quite a bit, it seems that those characters might be connected in some way, shape, or form. Another character that I think Rockstar showed off that appeared in the leaks is Wyman. This is from the Starlit Motel. This is almost certainly the guy in the car in the Ambrosia car wash scene. He has matching clothes and a matching bracelet from the Wyman that we saw in the 2022 leaked footage. So again, their names might change, but it seems like those characters and then of course the subsequent voice actors for them will likely remain the same. Now here's where we dive into some of the secret characters that you might not have noticed from the trailers and the screenshots. These are characters that show up multiple times or seem to have a close relationship with our main characters, and I suspect that over time we will learn their names, and in-game we'll have multiple scenes of dialogue with them. So let's begin with the first character, and that is Brian's pilot. So Brian's pilot is featured about 7 times in the trailer and in the screenshot, the most of any unnamed character, and we know that he's going to work for Brian as a drug pilot and is likely a resident of Key Lento. So again, you can see his typical attire seems to be a red baseball cap, a purple tank top, and fanny pack, and he also seemingly wears glasses in about every other shot too. So that's Brian's pilot. Looks like he is going to be a key part of the story. We've also got the main cop, who is likely going to be our corrupt antagonist and the bad guy of this story. He's the one that said us cops have to stick together. He was shown off several times in the second trailer. Again, wouldn't be surprising if this is our #1 bad guy throughout the story, but as things currently stand, he is unnamed. We also have the Say Vice City baby guy. He was, of course, seen taking the video selfie with Jason and Lucia, but he also shows up in one of the bar scenes as well. So we know that he's not just some random nightclub guy that they came across. This dude actually looks like he's got a pretty serious relationship with both Jason and Lucia. So what role he's going to possess, that will be determined. We also have the unnamed prison employee, likely a co-worker of Stephanie G, who works at the prison where Lucia is incarcerated towards the start of the game. It's the same prison. Lucia didn't go from multiple different prisons, so that guy is just going to be part of the Vice City or Leonida Department of Correction system. This next guy, I'm just going to call Dreadlocks guy because he seems to be in a mission cutscene in trailer 1, but then Rockstar gave him a redesign, but you can still see he has the same jewelry. It doesn't look like the guy he was interacting with went through a redesign, but either way, the fact that this guy was shown off in the first trailer And then screenshots from the second trailer. I feel like he has to be important in some way, shape, or form. We also have Jason's neighbor. This is the girl driving the pink car that yells, "Hi, Jason," as he's driving down the road. I guarantee you that in some way, shape, or form, she'll be a part of a mission or a story, or you'll be able to interact with her as either like a stranger, freak, or something like that. I don't think she's just some random character. I don't think Rockstar would have put her in the game if that was the case. So that is Jason's neighbor. We've also got what I'm going to call Dre's friends, or at least associates. These were the guys seen in trailer 2. So unsure of their relationship to Jason, probably residents of Vice City. They also might be antagonists. Who knows? We've also got the muscular plane woman. A lot of people thought this was Lucia, but it's actually Lucia who's being tackled by this muscular plane woman in a flight over Vice City. This is definitely part of a mission, as you can see Lucia's high visibility clothing. It sounds like Lucia snuck onto a plane to try to steal something, using that as a disguise, but obviously something went wrong, so she is certainly going to be a character, likely an antagonist that we will run into. We've also got the iguana girl. We see her multiple times, and there are iguanas that we see throughout the screenshots in the second trailer, but hers in particular is wearing a fancy shirt and has a gold crown on there. So I can only imagine with a pet that specific and a character that's seen more than once that she's going to have some sort of involvement in either missions, or is going to know Jason, or is going to know Lucia, especially considering she was hanging out with them on multiple occasions. So that's the iguana lady. I'm going to call this next character the girl that fans thought was pregnant. She's wearing like this purple pink dress, and a lot of people thought, either because of the way she looked or how she was moving, that she was pregnant. I don't think that's the case, and we don't know a whole lot about her other than she was seen multiple times, and she seems to be hanging out with both Jason and Lucia, likely going to be a friend of both of them. We've also got the Key Linto store cashiers. These are the guys that are beaten up by Jason while he extorts money for Brian. So a lot of people only saw the first guy, the guy that Jason slaps, but there's actually a guy in the background laying on the floor that we can actually see. So it looks like this store is going to have multiple employees or cashiers that Jason deals with in order to get his money for Brian. We might have also seen Lucia's cellmates from when she was in prison too. So in trailer 1, we see Lucia in a room with a bunk bed, and the bottom bunk actually has pictures of people without Lucia. So it makes you wonder if one of the screenshots that Rockstar provided, those are actually one of her cellmates, considering they seem to be walking close by and together, and possibly even being released at the same time. We've also got Lucia's supervisor, who's watching over them pick up trash on the side of the road. She's holding some sort of clipboard, so we know at some point in time we'll be interacting with her in some sort of mission capacity, or maybe this is some side activity that you'll ultimately end up doing. But either way, I guarantee you we're going to run into this cop lady supervisor character. These three guys were also seen in what I feel looks like the lobby of some sort of hotel, or more likely an apartment complex in La Pearl. And I don't know if this is a part of a mission cutscene. The guy on the right seems to be like a boxer, possibly like a rival of Lucia. Either way, they look like they are kind of more antagonistic figures, but I definitely think they're going to be a part of the story in some way, shape, or form that we'll be running into. We also know that Brian has at least 6 marina workers that work for him. You can see 6 people working in the background of Brian's marina during a cutscene with Cal in trailer 2. It seems like they're repairing or maintaining a boat, which makes me wonder how much they honestly factor into Brian's operation and how much they'll be involved in the story, or if they are just background characters. And last but not least, I don't know if we're going to be interacting with this character, if she's a stranger and freak or not. One of the most popular characters from the first trailer, and that is the Thrillbilly Mud Club Mud Girl. She actually appears again in one of the screenshots. We don't actually see her face, but we can see the exact same backwards hat that she was wearing in the scene that she was showcased in trailer 1. I think Rockstar did this as an Easter egg, but the fact that they've shown her off twice now, this time kind of secretly, is a nod to, I think, how much fans liked her for obvious reasons, but also the fact that she will be some sort of character that Jason and Lucia can interact with. So again, only time will tell, but those were 25 secret characters that you might not have known about, and I think will have a bigger role in the story. Even though Rockstar hasn't mentioned them on the website yet, I feel like that's why they started that website, because I do believe it'll be updated over time with more places and more characters. But those are sort of 25 of the secret ones that I was able to identify from the second trailer and the screenshots that Rockstar updated on their site. Of all those characters, let me know in those comments down below, which one are you most excited to meet the most? Again, I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.